Hey guys, it is so early in the morning, but I'm just gonna be real quick here to give you a little intro to the video. I am in the Pearl of Africa home, and I'm here for Christmas, of course, but we are going deep down in the village to have Christmas with the other part of the family. So we are going this super early in the morning, and I'm heading out of the door right now. This is what I got on. I just needed something comfy and light because I'm gonna be, squished in the car for a long time. So this is what I got on for my outfit of the day, and I'm gonna take you guys along on this trip starting right now at 5 a.m. in the morning until we get home in the village. Talk to you later. So, guys, I traveled home for Christmas. Guess what? Without my kids. This is the first time ever having Christmas without the kids. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness, I was kind of nervous. I really felt so weird and strange over feeling. First time ever us going to have Christmas without the kids. But what does that tell you? We have raised our kids to grow up and be able to be independent, and that way I was able to travel back home and go and have Christmas with the other part of the family, and the kids stayed in Canada. Besides that, I was equally excited to go to the village. I don't know about you guys, but when you live abroad for a long time, it's always a fun moment when you come home or when you travel home, and more so go deep down in the village and spend time with other family members. So this particular morning we were set to start the drive and go to the village, and as you can notice, it was so early in the morning because our target was to drive out of the city by 5 a.m. In the part of the country where we're going, a lot of people go to their native homesteads, right, to have Christmas, and it is super duper busy. The traffic is crazy because everybody's heading out of the city literally around the same time. That is like 2 to 3 days before Christmas. As you can see, this was the set of time. Literally, we were starting to drive by 5 a.m. as we planned, because if you don't do that, you're gonna be stuck in the city for like the next day or two. And we were just like on the last day of travel because the next day was Christmas, so we had to get out of the city. We managed to go by the plan that we had set, and 5 a.m. we were already driving out of the city. But guess what? We still had to find this traffic jam at a certain junction, which took forever, and we spent about an hour in that place. Anyways, we managed to go out of that traffic and we just hit the road, and finally we got to a certain little roadside restaurant and had some breakfast because we left home super early in the morning. And by this time, trust me, it was like 9 or 10 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, we were quite hungry, and we had this nice little steamed green banana and offals, which is nice and tasty. I love it. And we later hit the road again because it was quite a long drive to go to our village. And I don't know about you, but myself, I always have to stop and enjoy some of these roadside roasts. Don't judge me. Of course, the breakfast was in the morning, but by the time we were having this was like later in the afternoon. So this was like 2, 3-ish in the afternoon. It was a long drive, but I always love to stop on the roadside and have some of these roasts, see the guy is turning little beef sticks. They're so tasty. Look at this roasted plantain. As a matter of fact, we love our plantain nice and roasted like that. So it is so tasty. I love that. And finally, we got to well, Tumbarara, which is Karo Karunji, so they call it. And when you get to this city, you are pretty much close to home, to our destination. But anyways, we hit the city of Mbarara, as you can see, and around this time was close to the presidential elections in the country. So you're gonna see a lot of these photos and displays of the president. They were just everywhere, and the president comes from this city anyways, so he is hugely decorated everywhere. One thing I love going to the village is the long drive. I really love long drives myself because, in a way, it's more of, an exhibition, or, you checking out different places that you don't normally see, especially if you're coming from the city and then you get to these places which are just nice and quiet. The roads are clean and quite decent. The roads in this part of the country are pretty decent, better than anywhere else pretty much, because of course this is where the president comes from. So the roads in his city are quite nice. You rarely find any potholes or anything like that. As you can see, you can think this is a city road, but trust me, we are far away from the city. But I love the landscape too. I just love the green pasture. I love the green pastures. And when you go deeper, you start to see hills and valleys. But more so, I just love the easy peasy, quiet steadiness of this area. I just love it. And yeah, I hope you're enjoying the drive with me, because for me, I always love to just sit in the passenger seat and just let the driver do their thing as I just do more observing. As you can see, again, that is the president. He is decorated everywhere. Like, you couldn't see any other person in this area other than his pictures and stuff like that. So, yeah. Do you notice that most cars are loaded and full with a lot of cargo? Yes, everybody is hitting the road back home. Yeah. Anyways, now we hit one of the small, like a narrower road, which is more or less taking us closer to the homestead. But again, we're gonna leave the tarmac road and get on a Maram road, which is the one that takes us close to, which takes us home straight, right? But this is a more narrower tarmac road, which again, I just enjoy the drive. I enjoy the landscape. The landscape is just beautiful. I miss home. Whenever I get home and I'm on these drives too deep down in the villages, I just feel at home. Well, we finally got off the tarmac road and we hit the Maram road. Now, this is what will get us home. At this point, we're pretty much in the neighborhood. Do you see the hills? Yes, those are not mountains, those are hills. The green pasture, those are banana plantations. And at this slope right here, again, it's like everybody lives on a hill. You can see us sloping down. So we are on a hill this side and other people living on other hills over there. At this point, we were approaching the homestead and I was just excited. We made it before it got dark in the night, which was so awesome. Remind you, we left the city at 5 a.m. and by this time it was about 6 p.m., coming to 7 p.m. in the evening. But we finally made it home before it got dark. And this is us arriving in the village right in time for Christmas.